Hi everyone, this is Victoria from Victoria Violet's Tarot coming to you today. Um, this is actually a different part of the house. Just something just came over me that I just felt like I needed to do a reading for Libra. And after the reading, I'm going to share a meditation with you. If you want to listen to the meditation and you want to continue, once the reading's over, I'm going to start the meditation, and it's more like a mantra. I don't know where it came from. I'm not a follower of Krishna or anything like that. Usually, this reading is coming to you actually via Ganesha, which is the son of Parvati and Shiva, Lord Shiva. And so Ganesha is going to be directing this reading right now for Libras. Today is the 26th of June, and I wasn't intending to do this. This mantra just came to me today, and the tone is so beautiful and soothing that I just wanted to share that with you all. And I know that right now we're coming out of a period, in general as a planet, that's been very, very scary. And so I just wanted to share something with you that for those of you that do meditation or have done meditation or have heard of meditations from the eastern part of our world, the sound of Om or Om, which is A-U-M, and then some enunciated O-M, is very powerful in itself. And so with that said, this tone that this woman is singing in just radiates such, I don't know how to put it except that emotion from my core. So it's like, wow, the incense is literally on fire. Just experience it, see if it resonates with you. If you like the way you feel when you're listening to it, I feel like it's going to give you clearing, like it's going to make you feel both good emotions and maybe overwhelming of emotions. But you know what? Some people look at tears, for example, not to say it's going to make you cry, but if it does, it does. Some people look at tears as weakness or as something bad, but actually tears cleanse the soul. Just like right now, as I was coming home, there was a storm brewing, and all the branches of the trees were swaying, and everything just looked so crazy, and it looked like things were just going to happen, things were just going to happen, and there was going to be a horrible storm. But with that said, even though, I was getting all these, inclinations about that, to rush home so I wouldn't get, caught in the storm, XYZ, at the end of my work day at my regular job, this beautiful mantra came to me, and I just felt like I have to share this with whoever's out there that needs this. I need to share this because I don't know that much about Lord Krishna, and that's the truth. But the tone and the soothingness of the chant, I just felt like for my brothers and sisters out there and throughout this planet that need to hear this, that I was going to share it with you. And I pray that you're going to receive it. And I'll try to condense it, and I won't play the whole thing because it's for an hour. But for those of you that want to chant along with the words, I mean, it's just saying the same thing over and over. But it's just almost like, when you're crying out to God and you're saying, I need that cleansing. I need that soothingness. I need to know you're listening. It just, I don't know, this emotion just came over me and just made me feel, I don't even understand the words because it's not in English. It's in a Vedic language, and I don't speak, the Hindu languages. I don't speak the Vedic languages. I don't speak, Indian languages at all. I mean, I only know a few words in Telugu. Other than that, I don't know that much about the Vedic languages. But the soothingness that came over me was so, it just captured my heart in such a way that I felt that I needed to share it. Okay, so anyway, with that said, this is actually my work area, my desk for when I'm literally doing homework. And so I don't know, like I said, they just, usually I do it upstairs in my work area where I have it, the little table set up for the readings and everything. The energy and everything there is usually already set and the intentions are set. But I just felt like there's somebody out there that really needed to hear this today. And I wasn't gonna do another reading, especially for Libras or anybody, till the end of the month or after the 29th. But they're telling me no, well, Ganesha wants to talk. And so, Ganesha is a wonderful, loving guide that's very gentle. He'll never push you where you do not want to go. That's what I've learned the last couple of months about Ganesha. I've worked with him for years now, but what I've come to learn the last couple of months is that he's not going to push you where you don't want to go. When you're ready, he will give you direction. And it's up to you whether you want to take that direction or you don't, my Libras, okay? I'm going to put this to the side for a minute. And I'm going to grab, wow, I'm not kidding you. The incense not only burnt to the point to where there's nothing left of it. Ow, this thing is so hot. But I had one next to it ready to burn, for when the first one went out, and it burned so hot that, ouch, it literally burnt the other incense as well. So I didn't get to smell it or anything. It just consumed the whole thing. So I'm gonna put another cone out, because they told me they wanted to smell the it's called Nag Champa, and been using that for years as well. And oh my God, if you could just smell the aroma, it's like a flower to your senses, It's like a flower to your senses. And I just like to cleanse my sacred space. I like to ensure that everything good and positive comes through. Even have Ganesha up here, but I know you can't really see that right now, but that's not, what matters. The intention is what matters. And my goodness, let's see if that won't burn up so quickly. I'm shuffling here because there has to be some kind of secret message that's coming or that wants to come through. There's some kind of message that Ganesha wants to share today, and I'm ready to hear, and I'm ready to spread that to you. It feels like a wish fulfilling type of energy, and everybody's going through different things, right? Life lessons, so to speak. Everybody goes through different life lessons, and even if you are a Libra, you might be going through something that is a little bit different than what other Libras are experiencing. So this is a general reading, but the overall message remains the same, that there's something positive that Ganesha wants to share with us today. So I'm here as a vessel. I'm ready to spread his words of wisdom and see what he has to say. So I'm going to use 3 different decks. I'm going to use the Cartomancy deck, small compared to my other decks. It looks miniature, but it's not. And the Weight Rider deck. And then I'm going to finish with Lord Ganesha's expression, okay? So I'm going to start with the Celtic cross, because that's what I'm being told. And for whoever it is that graduated out there too, because again, this table is normally not my work table for readings. For when I put them on YouTube. This is normally my work table for when I do my studying. And congrats to whoever out there has graduated or is about to graduate, or if you're close to graduation, congratulations. You know, because that's a big feat. You know, that's nothing to sneeze at, as they say. And I will show you the cards one by one so you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, again, this is for Libra for, I'm gonna say, for the week of the 26th of June. And there you are, Libra. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. There you are. That's your sign. That's your card. Through the 26th, unless they change their minds and want me to do another reading. But for right now, the reading that we're doing is for Libra for the 26th of June through the 29th of June. Okay? Again, that's Libra. Whether you're female or male, masculine or feminine, this is the card of Libra. So ironically enough, it came out at the bottom of the deck. So the first thing it's saying is, Libra, you're about to embark in something new life. The sun, very strong. You know, I kind of like it down here because as many lights as I have turned on upstairs, and I have all the lamps and everything to light, you know, the cards seem to be very clear on this reading, as opposed to when I try to show you the cards upstairs. So it's kind of strange that should have occurred that way. The other thing I want you to see and notice about this card is, again, the sun, the child that's, you know, new life, right? Riding on the horse. Horses are usually swift, right? To get where you're going. But the other thing is it's white, so purity. So innocence is coming back. So maybe someone went through something hard or harsh, and you felt like your innocence was lost. Maybe some lies or untruths or half-truths, or maybe just somebody just hurt your feelings, right? This last period. But it's telling me that you're about to embark on something new. And I like to look at the sunflowers as suns as well. So you have double suns here. And then, of course, the child is naked. That's the way we come into this earthly realm. We come without clothes. And then as we grow, we learn that, oh my gosh, we have to cover up. But he's not covered up. I'm going to say he, but we can say she, whatever. The child is not covered up. As a matter of fact, it's almost like they're holding a banner. So it's not a banner. It's a stole, so to speak, which is more like a shawl, but it's red. So there's a lot of power. There's a lot of energy behind you, backing you. Okay, there's a lot of energy backing you right now, my Libras. So you should be proud of that. You should, you know, embrace that energy. And then it looks like it has something to do with monies as well. So for those Libras that maybe have been going through hard times financially, or that have been hard hit with your businesses, I want to say things are getting better. This message, like I said, it may not resonate with everyone. Take from it what you need, and then for the rest, if you don't need it or want it, then don't. This is a general reading. If I was reading specifically for you, it might come out just slightly different. But some of our Libras that are out there right now, are have experienced things that maybe make them feel like they were not achieving their dreams or were not getting where they wanted to be, and they're saying don't feel that way. Things are about to change in a beautiful way, in a beautiful manner for you financially. The opulence is returning to you. You are where you need to be. The universe is taking care of you. For the female Libras, you look gorgeous. For some reason right now you're radiating and you are feeling really good about your physique and about your makeup, the way you're doing your hair. For my male Libras, you're just, like a peacock, your chest is out, and you're just radiating this beauty about you physique wise. But I want you to know you're beautiful inside as well. So what looked in the recent past like it was going so slow, it could even be in representation of a person, is because they're on a steady horse. The Knight, this particular Knight of Pentacles, okay, the Knight of Pentacles in particular is riding more of a horse that's like a Clydesdale or a gypsy horse, where they're stronger, they're bigger, they're more sturdy type of horses. So that energy tends to be slower, because if they're on a horse that's more lean, then of course the horse is able to travel longer distances, covering those distances a lot faster, right? But he's not riding a swift horse. This particular knight or she is riding on a slow, steady horse, but that horse is so steady that it's never going to stop having strength. It has a strength and ability that other knights don't have, because the other knights are riding on horses that are more lean and they're faster, right? This knight is a lot slower to come, but once it comes and it's sturdy and it's staying and it's there. Okay, that's the beauty of this one. So this kind of horse is what you would use to plow a field. As you can tell, there's a field, and the reason again is because it's a very strong horse. They're usually taller, they're in stature, they're usually more muscular, and so these types of horses can carry heavier loads. So if you have been feeling, for example, my Libras, like your load has been very heavy to carry, your load is getting lighter, okay? And the funny thing is that I want you to see is that, again, you saw me shuffle. I haven't changed the screen. Both male and Libra, female and male counterparts came out here. So this can also be something in reference to legal, but it also reinforces the fact that I'm telling you guys that I had this just genuine feeling that I needed to get home, and I needed to talk to my Libras, and I was like, but I've already done the reading I'm gonna do for Libras, and I'm taking a little bit of a sabbatical until the after the 29th, because there's something coming around for me on the 29th, and I don't want to share that yet because I don't know how it's going to come out. It's a passion, it's a dream for me, and I want to do it, and I hope it comes out the way I want. But if not, then I'm going to have the understanding, the discernment, and the wisdom that it wasn't for me. That's what we have to do sometimes, is be grown-ups. And so again, this could be something on the legal front. This could be something that, again, is just talking about business partners. It's talking about partnerships. It's talking about relationships, and it's talking about money. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is the epitome of money. Money. Where's the money? Who got the money? King of Pentacles. So again, another sturdy person or figure, and it could even be you. It doesn't have to represent the sign of Taurus. It could, because that's what it normally represents in the cards, but it could represent just the simple fact that you've suddenly learned how to obtain out of life what you want, what you need, and what what's coming to you, your gifts, the boons, so to speak. All the things that you've been wanting are finally have been set loose by the heavens, and they're finally coming your way. So somebody is about to get mastery over something. It could be a degree that you just got, a certification you just got, a lawsuit that you're about to win. But you certainly have mastery over your sign, and so your gifts from the universe are starting to come. It's also concerning wands, and wands have messages, and the bigger the card, or in other words, the higher the arcana in the set of the card, it means the bigger the news that's coming. So it looks like if I was doing a personal reading, I would say a male is coming to you with news. But since this is a general reading, it could be a male or a female, but they're about to bring you important news. And the other thing is, it's concerning 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be like news that comes in parts. Like the news may not come to you all at once. It might be a back and forth conversation that you have with this individual that brings enlightenment to you, brings things to you that you didn't know before, that you didn't have information on before, that you have to know in order to accomplish what you're about to accomplish, okay? Now, this is where it does get a little bit tricky, because I do see a little sadness, even though there's a coming and going of a situation. And there could even be a walking away. There could even be a walking away from someone. But if you can, I'm going to move it back a little bit so you can see those eclipses, the eclipses. These have been really bad juju for a lot of people through the planet, and for all of the astrological signs, not just you, my Libras, but for everyone. But for you and anybody else ruled under the planet of Venus, it's been extra hard. So relationships have been hard. Money has been hard to come by or to retain. And so the last of the eclipses, something is going to happen right around July the 3rd, 4th. That's either going to be a coming and going of a situation, or somebody going away from you. That could be good, that could be bad, depending on whether you want them to leave, or it's just the universe telling you it's time for them to leave. But it's also telling me that, these battles have been hard won. You've stood your ground. You've learned a lot of lessons through all these hard knocks. This time frame, I want to say these last 3-4 months have been intense for you, my Libra, because Venus went retrograde. 6 planets went retrograde at the same time. And then we had 2 eclipses that have already happened, and then one's about to occur. So yeah, your body could even be feeling like a lot of heaviness. And that's another reason why I wanted to share this mantra, because sometimes when we cry, or when we release, right? When we have that release of emotions, we let go, we let God. So sometimes things can get very heavy for us, but if we let go and we let God, his yoke is lighter. His essence, in other words, is lighter. His responsibilities may not be, because there's something out there that's higher than us. I call it the great engineer, that's always looking out for us. But at the same time, that they're the yoke, because they don't concern themselves about the things everyday life like we do, like how we're going to get food, money to pay our bills, a job, our car breaks down, our children act up, or our children are about to get married. Are they marrying the right person? That's good for them, in other words, and that will it be a good match? Because marriage should be forever. We have a lot of, earthly issues, or situations is a better word. Situations that arise that the gods or God does not think about or have to concern themselves about. Wars that are fought here on earth in reference to power, and You know, whether my friend likes me today and maybe tomorrow they might backstab me, or whether I tell my friend things and then instead of just keeping it in their heart, they throw it back in my face and they end up using it against me and causing problems in my relationships. Things like that. So, you know, and also we're under the retrograde we're in right now, Jupiter, but we're also under the ruling planet of Mars, which is the god of war. So yeah, you're going to feel overwhelmed, period. You're going to feel overwhelmed. Every single person on the planet is feeling, to some degree, overwhelmed. Okay, so that's what this card represents. It's about to pass, though. It's not going to be very long. I believe that it's going to be another 2-3 weeks tops. By mid to end of July, you should feel that things are releasing for the better. So in situations where we do have to let things go or let people go, we could look at this card, and to me, I always like to look at this card in the situational, okay? And what I like to look at this card as is, it could be representative of, yes, that you have to let a relationship go, right? Or even loss of a job, but I don't think so because monies look really good. So let's say it's a relationship, that's fine. But what I want you to know is, for you Libras out there, don't look at it as the cups that are before you that are spilled, okay? Because that's so easy. I mean, that's like a gimme right there, right? That's a gimme, like the answer's right there, bam, right in your face. But look at the cups behind you. They're still standing. So if it was money loss, or you won the lawsuit but you didn't get as much money as you thought you were going to get, etc., you still have some kind of winning there. There's something still there. It's not complete loss. Even if it's a relationship, there's not a complete loss here. So things can be repaired for those that want to repair relationships. Of course, that's free will. I'm gonna go all 80s on you. That's free will, man. So you can either fix things or stay in a state of being depressed, of the woe is me's, of, oh, things didn't work out. That's not true. This part did not work out. Maybe it needed to be changed. Maybe that's why those cups are spilled, so it can start all over again. There's still a foundation to work on, to build on. So it's not like it's gone. It just maybe needs to be changed. Why do I say that? Because the next card is saying help is on the way. So for those of you that feel that this may be in a relationship type of issue, maybe a marriage counselor can help, maybe a priest, or your pastor, if you go to church, can assist you, you know, with marriage counseling, with couple counseling. If it's money that you're in need of, it's on its way. So I'm not even concerned about that. You're good in that area. Everything is repairable, guys. Even if you look here, you know, it's also showing the sign of wearing it. Please excuse my nails because my polish did come off. So people are worn out. But in general, people are worn out right now. So try not to take the universe so seriously right now, because this too shall pass. And the other thing I want you to look at is how marvelous is that, yet again, talking to my beautiful Libras. How wonderful. So they're saying that, if I go backwards here, a relationship that may have, you felt like had gone away, okay, because of all the craziness of the eclipses and all the craziness of the planets, it really either made you nuts or it just really wore you out. Look at that, battle worn, right? But still standing and still ready to fight some more. I would say in a fight, as far as being ugly to one another, is probably not the answer. But what I do want to say is this is repairable because there's hope there, there's help there. So I want to say, take a chance. I want to say, for those of you that want to save your relationship, want to save your marriage, it is salvageable. There is still something there. It's not completely gone. And of course, it takes two, right? It always takes two. It takes two to want to make the change. What is that crazy song? It takes two to make things go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. Yeah, I'm not singing that great right now, but you know what I mean. It takes two. So if both of you want to work on it, one of you might go a little faster at it than the other. That's okay. You know, give each other the time to recuperate. Give each other the time to heal. Even if you've been married for 20 years, sometimes we can think that our partners go at the same speed that we do, and sometimes we've got to give them a chance to catch up to us, because they may not be going at the same speed of sound that we're going at. We might be like, yeah, I have the answers, and yeah, I know, who can help us with this. I know we can do this. Your partner may want to, but just give them the opportunity to catch up with you and that idea, okay? Let's further clarify what it is that you need to tell us in reference to what Libras are expecting at this time frame. Love. Oh my God. Lucky in love, babies. You are lucky in love. Again, what a contrast. Are you going to accept the love, or are you going to deny it? Because you can accept it or you can push it away. That's going to be your choice. So I'm going to look at this as the two coins that are in the air, because you've got a choice. You've got a choice to accept this love or to, OMG, to accept the love or to decline it, to just walk away and say, I'm counting my losses, I'm already half healed, and fuck you, I don't need you. Or you're going to say, I do love you, you hurt me, but I have to think about this. So here we go. And to me, for my Joker, that's what it represents, the Two of Coins. So how funny that I just finished saying I was going to look at it as the Two of Coins, and that's what came out. So again, where relationships are concerned, there are salvageable, but it's going to take two to work on this. Now, let's put all of this stuff to the side, because now it's time for Ganesha to talk to my Libras. And I don't know if this will hold up or not. Let's see. It does say, hey, you don't quit, please. Thank you. And that's there purposefully. I usually used to use that for myself when it came to school, because sometimes school, and we can say we're in school when it comes to relationships right now as Libras, school can be hard, even if you want this really badly, it can be hard. So that's the same thing that goes with being here as a human on earth. It can be hard. Why am I saying that? And the reason I'm saying that is because even when you want something, it can be hard. Even if you work hard at it, it can still be hard. You can work on it 24/7, and that doesn't mean that because you're working on it that it makes it any easier. It just means that you want it bad enough to work on it. So, give yourself a break, because I think that a lot of us have been working overtime in our brains and haven't been letting our brains take rest. There's been a lot going on, with who would have thought we'd be living through a pandemic, right? Of all things. So anyway, this part is Ganesha's part. And so again, I'm going to let him give us messages, inspiration, because that's what he's about. He always talks about things in a very positive way. This might be a long video. I apologize ahead of time. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to help. And so with that said, let me see. Let's see what the first card is. I'm going to turn that over and I'll show it to you. Promise of the future. How beautiful is that? Promise of the future. So that means is that we're on point. You know, my guides are on point right now. They're telling me, same thing you saw with the other cards, is that there's something very promising that's on its way to you as a Libra. So let's take a look. Some of the decks I don't use all the time. I'm not as schooled on, versed on, so I have to still use for other people when I'm reading for others. I still have to use the, you know, the booklets. And so we can do that. We don't have a problem. We're not filled with ourselves that we can't take a step back. So it says, rest assured, something new is on the horizon. All indications are favorable at this time, and it is a time of new awareness. It says, seek new things, new outlets for your creative expression. So my artists, my writers, my healers, etc., whoever wants to start something. And this is pretty much what they said the last time. So it's funny because I did part 1, part 2 from the archangels, and these are telling us the same thing. It's crazy. The beginning of a new phase in your life. So let's say that you had a hellacious last 10 years of your life, Libra. It's about to change. That part is dead. It's dying. It's gone. You're not going to be the same person anymore. It says Ganesha is asking you to take time to reflect, though, on your desires and your dreams. It's time that you begin down the road of a new creative endeavor. Ask Ganesha to help you to uncover the desires of your subconscious mind. That means your internal mind, not the overactive mind that says, I can't do it, this is too hard, yada, yada. And then follow any creative nuggets you feel. You may experience them as innovative sparks that come to you unexpectedly. This momentum will start you down a path that may involve a new view of the world. Reflect on the past endeavors. Take time to acknowledge and understand your life lessons and your blessings. So even though things are hard sometimes, there's still blessings because they're life lessons, without which you wouldn't have the current wisdom that you now have. So even if something feels uncomfortable or bad at the time, feel gratitude for that path and where it's led you to this point, because you are the person you are now due to the lessons you've had to endure, due to the lessons you've had to go through. And it says you are receiving the gift of freedom to choose what you will pursue. Remember what I said about relationships in general, or even a new creative endeavor, a new job or a new career. You're free to choose. There's no right, no wrong. There may also be an ending taking place. All of life has cycles. So what is life and death? It's a cycle, right? You know, when you come into the world, it's a cycle of life. When you leave the world, as far as your shell, your body is concerned, it's called a death, but it's not a death of your spirit or soul. It's a death of the shell that was only able to carry you so long, so many years, right? Allotted to that body due to illness or genetics or whatever you want to call it, okay? Or even God's will. It says you are receiving the gift and you're free to pursue whatever you want to pursue. It says there may also be the ending taking place. Like I said, all of life has its cycles. Through experiences and choices, you learn to grow. You are steadily progressing through the many phases of your life. With each ending comes the promise of a new dawn. So remember what I said about endings. The endings are not necessarily all having to do with death, you know, death to a relationship or death to a job. Maybe you no longer have the same position at the job. Maybe you have a promotion at the same job. That could be something, right? Prosperity. Do I have to read this card? Because, I mean, that kind of in a nutshell tells you everything. But We'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so prosperity, number 45, it says. It's glossy. I can't see, and it's kind of darker in this room, guys. Like I said, this is not my normal room for doing the readings. So, prosperity. It says you have the ability to manifest prosperity into your daily life. And it says Ganesh is asking you, ask that you work on integrating and accepting the spiritual truth that you create your own reality. And isn't that the truth? If you want to be poor, you can be poor. If you want to be rich, you can be rich. Why do I say that? Because really, it's a lot of elbow grease. If you really want to be rich, you can make it anywhere. I don't care. People tell me, oh no, it has to be America. No, it doesn't have to just be in America. If you want to make your riches, you can make it anywhere. The thing is to utilize your goals and your thoughts and your planning is how you get rich, or how you get to where you want to be. So it says, truly understanding this makes all the difference when it comes to prosperity. You are responsible for creating and generating your success. It is your divine right to do so. A job in itself does not bring you riches. Abundance is more than a job or having money. Because when we're abundant, it's an attitude. It's about living the dream and living with the expression of not having to worry about how am I going to pay my light bill, or how am I going to buy food for my cat, or anything like that. It's about, okay, so I know the universe has me in this aspect. Now I can move on to more fulfilling things, because money is not the reason you came to this earth. It's to share love and joy in each other's company, whether that's in friendship or a love relationship, or a parent-child relationship, okay? So it says to have an attitude. It's about living with appreciation and gratitude daily for all the blessings that are bestowed on your life. It's easy to forget or neglect the gifts that you receive day to day from the universe. It says the divine, the source, the creator. One of your promised gifts is your divine ability to generate the success you want in life by using your spiritual talents. I'm doing that right now, sharing these with you. These abilities are innate within you. You were born with them. They could include writing, speaking, creative expression, or business abilities. Utilize your gifts. You are being given an opportunity, and you're being put on notice to develop them. So again, you have these gifts coming, Libras. Use them. Use them. This is a special time for you right now. Develop them and begin offering them to the world. You might like to start writing a prosperity journal. It's saying, call on Ganesha to work with you on this. Imagine what would be the perfect day and describe it in great detail in your journal as if it was there. Let it involve all your senses, your sense of touch, smell, and taste. And then bring that experience into fruition. Bring it into reality. This is an abundance card. Ganesha is reminding you that everything that you need is already there. Claim your abundance, my friends. Perseverance. That was also the card that we had earlier in reference to that 9 of Wands, that fighting spirit. You have persevered. So because you've persevered, this is why you're getting your boons. This is why you're getting your gifts from heaven. The manna, I call it, the manna that comes from heaven. Oh, I actually have that ring, and I'd never noticed Ganesha is wearing my ring. I will wear it on the next time that I do my Libra reading, so you can see that. See that green ring? I literally have the exact ring. How awesome sauce is that? Perseverance, 28. Let me see if there's anything I haven't said. It says that he pulled his own tusk off because he was working, writing the manuscripts of the please Please do not judge my enunciation, Mahabharata, about Ganesha breaking his own tusk off to continue writing the Mahabharata epic as Vyasa was dictating it to him. So in other words, God dictating, and he wanted to write everything that was being given to him, knowledge-wise, wisdom-wise. And so because of that, his tusk is interpreted as a symbol of sacrifice and strength. So it's the strength card telling you, you've done the work, you've gotten this far, you're doing it, you're about to finish what you start, because you've put in the extra effort, you've put in what you needed to do, so now it's coming towards you and it's coming for you. So you should be proud of that instead of feeling upset or overwhelmed or whatever. It says Ganesh is guiding you. Don't lose faith. Wait for things to come to fruition. Wait, be a little more patient and appreciative of the progress. You've made it this far for your hard work, and it's saying it's going to pay off if you've planned. Consider your expectations may need modifying if you have not planned. There are no guarantees. Be grateful, focus on the present, and do what you need to do. Why? Because we can't just rest on our laurels. We have to continue. Just because we know it's coming about doesn't mean you stop. You don't stop being grateful ever, because that just shuts doors. And it says there will be an ending to a difficult period of financial or material struggle. Okay? Nurture. So this is Parvati. That's his mama. That's Ganesha's mama. So you need to nurture yourself, Libra. Sometimes you give to the point to where you feel like you don't have anything left to give. So it's time to give to yourself right now, is what they're saying. Acceptance. I love his big old belly. It reminds me of the Buddha. Like the laughing Buddha, the smiling Buddha. So it's acceptance. Let's see what we can get out of acceptance, okay? So it says there is great freedom in accepting things as they are. So some things change and some things don't. Some things need us to tweak. Some things need for us to be able to lend a little bit of energy to for them to change. You cannot move forward on your path until you release some of the blame, anger, and sorrow that you have collected through your life's journey. So for some of us that maybe had broken childhoods, it's time to heal that. If you didn't have the best parents in the world or the best examples in the world, you need to release that. If maybe you didn't get to be something, you had to grow up very fast as a child, you didn't have much of a childhood, it has to be released, because that's all part of karma, and that's what makes us feel so heavy and always so stressed out and always so angry, because we feel like we've been robbed, right, of something. So we need to release that. Ganesh is asking you to forgive those from the past who have hurt you, and to be willing to forgive yourself too. Open your heart to the world outside and to the one within. So remember, there are two worlds. We can live in our mind, or we can live, with other people that are surrounding us that are actually in physical bodies. So there's two worlds. We have to have a balance for both. It says the deeper state of recognition and acceptance is what pushes you forward. What pushes you forward in your spiritual adventure. Love without judgment, and live without predeterminations or opinions. Accept and express your true self. The ego is beginning to align with the soul. What a relief. And isn't that the truth? That means that you've gotten in your life lessons far enough to where God is starting to see growth in you as a spiritual being again. Because remember, before we birth into this human experience, we are nothing but spirit. Nothing but spirit. We're pure energy. And so we're going back towards that connection again with God, with Source. So that's a good thing. And it says deeper recognition and acceptance of it is what pushes you forward in your spiritual adventure. So it says you don't have to control everything, fix everything, and know everything. You have been overly serious and tense. You now start to remember happiness. You may find that you can laugh at things instead of getting infuriated. Your contentment in life improves dramatically when you harness your ability to look at the world from a more spiritual perspective. The image of Ganesha holding the banana symbolizes humility and awareness of not placing too much importance on your thoughts or beliefs in this situation. So in whatever it is that you're going through right now, Libra, whether it is a love relationship or whether it's even having problems with siblings or parents or anything like that, don't allow it to make you feel so overwhelmed or so like feeling downtrodden on yourself. Don't feel bad, because you know what, we can force ourselves to feel bad and we don't nurture ourselves, our own inner child. So yeah, if a parent isn't nurturing you, well, then you need to nurture your own inner child, because after all, if you have the capacity to love others, you have to have the same capacity to love yourself. Otherwise, it doesn't work, because then what do you really have to offer to someone else if you can't even love yourself first, right? So we all have to take care of our well-being. That means internally, mentally, physically, sustenance, food, clothes, etc. Only then can we also have enough within ourselves to offer to someone other than ourselves. Even if we're women and have, we've been impregnated, we still have to have enough love within ourselves to love ourselves, to care for ourselves for those 9 months, for us not to feel like we are empty, right? So it's telling me the image of Ganesha holding a banana symbolizes humility and an awareness of not placing too much importance on your thoughts or beliefs in the situation.